Hi, this is Ruth Ann. I'm going to be filming my green perfume collection today, and this is everything from florals mixed with greens to primarily green perfumes. So I don't have a lot of memory on my phone. I'm just going to get started. My first selection today is Bluegrass by Elizabeth Arden. This is a 1970s white floral with bluegrass green notes. So it's based on the Kentucky bluegrass. You can see we've got the little horse thing here from Kentucky. Anyway, this is a beautiful, underrated green floral. I'd say it's 50% floral, 50% green, long-lasting, inexpensive, criminally underrated. Highly recommend. And I have another Elizabeth Arden. This is the one that pretty much everyone knows. This is Elizabeth Arden green tea. If you were to brew a very weak green tea, serve it on ice, unsweetened. That's what this perfume is for me. If you like perfumes that really don't smell like perfumes, that are very light, airy, watery, this is worth a try. In my opinion, this is really weak and bland and boring. So I'm using it as a bedding spray. But inexpensive, and I'm glad I gave it a try. Next up, I have a perfume from an independent perfume house. If you can see it here, this is called olfactorysensestudio.com out of Maple Grove, Minnesota. I ordered this online, and this one is called White Christmas. This smells like a Christmas tree, a pine forest. It's just a pure one-noter. I know it's blended, but to me, this smells like a Christmas tree, and I love smelling like that. I really do. I love those kinds of heavy green, woody notes. So if you're interested in that, again, I'll have the name of each perfume down in the description box, but this is beautiful. Next, I have... This one is from the house of Giorgio Beverly Hills. This one is called Aire, Giorgio Air. This is a white floral that is blended with green notes. It's very easy to wear, very modern scent. The green notes are definitely in the background here, but it really balances out the florals and gives it a beautiful depth. This is nice and strong, lasts a long time, not very expensive. Really recommend it. Giorgio Air. I have another one by the house of Giorgio. This one is called Wings. This one is a little bit better known than the Air scent. This is a yellow floral that is balanced with green notes. This one is a little greener than the last one I presented, but beautiful. Still primarily floral, but the green notes in here are beautiful, well balanced. I don't really know what to say about this other than that it's beautiful and it's inexpensive, and you get a really good value for money with this because it lasts really long as well. Next, I have Eternity by Calvin Klein. This is a fresh, aquatic with a lot of green notes in it. So this is kind of a rainy day, watery, fresh, very unisex green scent. I would say this is 50% fresh, 50% green, maybe a little more, 55% green. But it's a very light, easy wear. Not a difficult or challenging fragrance at all, and it lasts really well. Next, I have Eden by Cacharel. This is a very unique looking bottle, right? But this is actually sweet. So this is a floral scent, and it's supposed to smell like the Garden of Eden. It has all the flowers, all the greenery, the trees, the stems, the leaves, the branches, but it's sweet, very modern, very strong, projects like crazy, just an absolutely unique. It's the only one I have that's actually sweet, and this is slightly sugary sweet, but it's also floral sweet. But it's not cloying. It's really, really well done, so I highly recommend that. Next up, I have the Jontue by Revlon. This is a yellow floral, again, very well blended, but it has a note of sage. And so the greenness in this perfume is very herbally, very much in the background, but it's what gives this perfume uniqueness, depth, and beauty, in my opinion. This is probably my favorite floral perfume of all time, and I have a lot of floral perfumes. So I highly recommend this. Very underrated cheapie. Next, I have a it's 1970s. This is Halston. So the greenness of this perfume, this is a Chypre, a very strong, old school type Chypre. The greenness in this is oak moss. So this is more of a woody, woodsy, kind of horseback riding in the woods kind of natural scent. Very strong, projects like crazy, absolutely beautiful, but more of a mossy green note. Next, I have another very modern fragrance. This one is Jessica Simpson Fancy Nights. This is very inexpensive. This is supposed to be a nighttime Arabic-inspired fragrance, very heavy on the incense patchouli, and it has oak moss in the base, so it's technically a Chypre, very strong, very long-lasting. Deep in the dry down, I get kind of a chocolatey note that I just love. And if you like strong green notes, Chypres, this is one worth trying. Next up, I have Banana Republic 78 Vintage Green. Banana Republic does a really good job with their perfumes. Very well blended, not overly expensive. This is a freshie. I'd say it's about 65% fresh, and the remainder is green. And this is kind of a grassy green. It's a very light, bright, very unisex. This is kind of like something that you wear to a brunch. And I always think of this as a golfing scent, because golf courses always smell like fresh cut grass, right? So imagine fresh cut grass with strong, fresh, citrusy notes. Absolutely beautiful. Definitely worth a try. Next, I'm kind of moving more into the old school heavy green perfumes now. So this is Robert Piguet Futur. This is a 1960s old world green scent, heavy on the galbanum, heavy on the green notes. This is green all the way through, from the top to the bottom. Wish it lasted a little longer. It's more of a 4-hour, in the heat maybe a little less. Really nice, really well blended green perfume. Absolutely beautiful. A little on the expensive side, but if you like greens, this is definitely something you need to try. Next up, I have Lancome Climat. This has been discontinued by Lancome, however, it's still widely available on the discounting sites. I purchased this on eBay. I stocked up, and I have 3 or 4 bottles, and I think I only paid about $17 each. This is an EDT, but it wears just like an EDP. It's very strong, very green from top to bottom. This is a aldehydic green floral hyacinth iris. It's got all the classic florals. It's soapy on the dry down, absolutely beautiful. It's slightly screechy in the opening, so to deal with that, I just don't spray it on my neck, and then I have no problems with it at all. But it's absolutely beautiful. If you like green, definitely get your nose on that one. Next up, I have, this one is by far my favorite. So this is Chanel No. 19. Good old OG green perfume. This was absolutely my first green perfume and my favorite. Stunningly beautiful, masterpiece of perfumery. This is the EDT. I plan on obtaining the EDP as soon as I can. It's kind of expensive. These perfumes are over $100. But even though this is an EDT, it performs beautifully, and I wear this, every time I wear this, I get compliments, and this is probably my husband's favorite perfume. Every time I wear it, he's just, oh, you smell so good. It's complex, aldehydic green with a beautiful, soapy, but high-class, expensive dry down. Just absolutely beautiful. I think everyone really should try this at least once. Next up, I have another classic from Chanel. I just have to make room here. So this one is Chanel Cristalle Vert. You can see the name there. So Cristalle Vert is a flanker to the original Cristalle. This is only available in EDT concentration. It is a chypre, but it's a citrus, kind of a bitter citrus, very complex scent. It's aldehydic in the opening, and so it's just like Cristalle, but it has the freshness of a green note that's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Lasts for hours. I just love this perfume. I highly recommend it. And then I have one left, and this one is called Silences. I see here my bottles all, excuse the fingerprints on there. Okay, so this is Jacomo Silences. This is an old school galbanum balm chypre. It's green in the beginning, in the mid, in the dry down. It's oak moss, it's grassy, it's really strong. If you like green fragrances and you're of the opinion that Chanel No. 19 isn't strong enough, this is what you need. This perfume is not for the weak. This perfume is not for the cowards. This takes some guts. This is a challenge even for me to wear, but I love it. It's very satisfying. It's very green. It's very strong. It's very old school. It smells a lot like my first grade teacher from the 70s. So if you have the guts, I dare you to try this. But it is beautiful. And I'm afraid it will be discontinued if it's not already. So I plan to get several backup bottles. So that's my collection. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you on the next one.